Good Thursday evening. Thanks for joining us for Unscripted here on Up North Live. Some colder temperatures and maybe a little bit more snow moving into the region. For a look at what we can expect to see in your neck of the woods, here's Chief Meteorologist Joe Charleboy. Hey, Joe.
Hey there, Melissa. Let's take a look at weather, and we're going to start tonight in Mackinac City, our Holiday Inn Express camera. There's the Mackinac Bridge. Snow coming down. It's 25 degrees. A little bit of a south wind, so it feels more like 18. And yeah, we've had off and on snow there this evening. It's been that kind of a day today. This is our satellite radar imagery. I'm going to take the cloud cover off so you can see the radar better. There we go. And that's what it looked like on radar through the day today, these passing snow showers, with the bulk of the heavier snow right now kind of Gaylord north this evening. Many areas not under any advisories, but the National Weather Service did pull the trigger on this one. This is a winter weather advisory for Ludington, Oceana County, Big Rapids, the Reed City area, Baldwin, until 1 o'clock tomorrow for some snow and some wind. A look at that coming up in Maine weather.
All right, thanks, Joe. Two northern Michigan counties facing growing pressure tonight inside their animal shelters as a surge of cats and kittens pushes space and resources to the limit. Animal control in both Antrim and Kalkaska counties say this overflow is being driven by housing instability, rising costs, and situations that spiral quickly. Up North Live's Tony Lundy takes us inside both shelters and shows us why officers say the community's help is urgently needed.
At the Antrim County Animal Control, space is running out fast, and right now, the shelter is caring for far more cats than it was designed to handle.
So right now we have 45 cats, and we like to keep it at about 25 if we can. That's a comfortable number where the cats won't be crammed in cages and they'll have plenty of room to move around and stuff.
As intake rises and winter slows adoptions, overcrowding brings more than just logistical challenges. It also affects the cat's health.
The more cats you have in your any shelter, the more likely they are to come down with upper respiratory that's brought on, by stress and overcrowding.
LNAP says many of these cases begin with people who have never expected to be overwhelmed.
Right now, I would say one of the top reasons for surrender is moving and not able to take pets with them. We also get too many animals. Animals are not fixed in the home and they're reproducing.
In Kalkaska County, Animal Patrol Officer Stephanie Stoll says the trend looks similar.
We're just seeing a lot more of neglect, not purposefully neglectful, just financially neglectful.
She says many owners wait until they're completely overwhelmed before asking for help.
Probably the situation just like the cats that we just took, sweet people mean well, don't have the finances to get them fixed, and like the cats multiply and they get totally overwhelmed and they're embarrassed about their situations.
That pressure shows up inside the shelters, where staff work longer hours and animals spend more time in smaller places.
It's just a lot of extra work. It's a lot of extra cleaning. The cats are in smaller cages than what we normally have them in, so that they are not getting as much exercise.
For both counties, the message to the community is clear. These shelters can't do it alone.
That we can't do it without them. We need them to share those posts. We need to find homes for those animals so that they're not being stressed while they're here. Officers say reaching out early, before situations spiral, can keep animals out of shelters altogether. In northern Michigan, Tony Lundy, Up North Live News.
Definitely check out both websites and social media platforms for the Kalkaska County Animal Control and also Antrim County Animal Control to help those little guys out. Well, speaking of animal shelters, Cherryland Humane Society in Traverse City has a special fundraising effort underway right now, and you can help. The shelter has a fundraising calendar that's for sale with beautiful pictures of the Cherryland cats, kittens, and dogs. It's a great way to not only see the superstars of the shelter, but also help provide funding as we see shelters facing overcrowding issues across the country. Joining us tonight to talk about the incredible way to help support Cherryland Humane Society is Amanda Lewis. She's the photographer doing the fundraising calendar for Cherryland. Amanda, thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
So tell us about this exciting opportunity and the calendar that you have a direct part in.
Yeah, so this is our third year running the calendar, and it's completely just a charitable contest for Cherryland Humane Society. All the money donated goes directly to them, and then all the calendar sales go to them as well. So it's really just about, it's a fun way for people to get their pets involved while also raising money for Cherryland.
And speaking of people's pets and, of course, the animals with Cherryland, who's featured in this beautiful fundraising effort? Who are the four-legged friends?
So the way that the contest works is people can submit their own pets, just like with a cell phone photo of their pets. They can enter them to be in the calendar. And then it's a 4-week contest. So at the end of the 4 weeks, the 13 top pets that had the most votes are the ones that win a spot in the calendar. And they all win a photo session with me to capture their calendar image. And then I design the calendar, and then they get to be the stars of the Cherryland calendar for the year.
So first things first, people need to actually submit the picture of their dog or cat, or dogs and cats, I should say.
Yeah, so it's a $5 donation to enter, and then it's $1 per vote. So that's how we raise the money for Cherryland. And so $5 to enter, $1 per vote. And so people get their friends and family to vote for their pet. Even if you don't have a pet, you can still participate by voting for your favorites that you see in the contest. And we also have mini contests as well. So we have different businesses that have sponsored the contest with a prize. So each week, the pet with the most votes also wins another prize. So we have companies like Black Star Farms, Two Brothers Dog Park, K&A Hop Dogs, Pets Naturally, Contigo Dogs, Archie's Dog Co., and Cat Dakota, a local artist. Tons of really cool prizes throughout the 4-week contest.
These are businesses, obviously, that care about the animals. They want to help. They want to take part. If someone, maybe can't submit online, can they go to Cherryland Humane Society in Traverse City with actual pictures and submit that way as well?
It's a completely online contest.
Okay. So it's all online. And when's the deadline too, Amanda? When do people have to have these submitted by?
So the contest runs from Monday, February 9th through March 8th.
Okay. And I have to ask too, we just had a story on how Kalkaska County Animal Control, also Antrim County Animal Control, they're seeing just an overcapacity of cats in their shelters. Why do something like this when it can especially help with the overcrowding we're seeing really across the board?
Yeah, I think any way that you can get involved, and it's a small, fun way to raise money for this cause. And I think that they can always use more help. Yeah. They do amazing work in the community. So any way that we can get involved. And then it's as much as you can donate too. So it's $1 per vote, and it doesn't take much to get involved. So it's a really fun way to do it.
And Amanda, do you suggest people go to the Cherryland Humane Society, their website or their social media? What would be the best way to do that?
You can go on social media. You can go on gogoPhotocontest.com/Cherryland2027. You can also go onto my website, amandaLewisphoto.com, and there's a link there as well.
And speaking of you, Amanda, when people do vote and it becomes clear that you are going to actually do the portraits for their pets, do you come to them? Do they meet you? How does that work?
Yep. So in April, we'll do all of the photo shoots in Traverse City for the pets that win. So usually that's like a local park, and we meet up and we do all the sessions. It's a lot of fun.
If they have kitties, will you come to their home? Is that possible?
I have had both. So we've done cats with a harness and a leash, and we've done cats in the home as well that are a little less frustrating.
I was gonna say I'm a cat person, so I'm like, oh, would she come to my home? So excellent. Amanda, thank you for what you're doing. We appreciate you taking that time tonight. Again, Amanda Lewis, photographer in Traverse City, who is taking part in the Cherryland Humane Society fundraiser. We will get that information posted so you can post those votes and also take part in that fundraiser online. In other news tonight, a scam alert out of Emmett County. The Petoskey Department of Public Safety says earlier this week, a scammer called a woman with the City Hall phone number saying she had to pay $20,000
We did have somebody else contact us and say that our number, the city of Petoskey's city hall phone number, had reached out to them, and it had come up as spam on their phone. So the suspicion is that there were a large number of phone calls made to several different people, that people realized that it was a spam situation.
Bowen wants to remind you a municipality or city hall will never call you asking for money or payments of a bill. He says if someone is claiming to be a city official and threatening you to pay money, the call seems suspicious. It involves wire transfers or Bitcoin. You are advised to contact law enforcement. Changes are coming to northern Michigan's Pigeon River State Forest, all to help protect wildlife. The Michigan Department of Natural Resources bought the Black River Ranch from a privately owned hunting club. It was an $18 million deal, more than 8,000 acres of land, all for the purpose of protecting the land, the wildlife, and the habitats. The Little Traverse Conservancy, one of many donors, says this is going to be incredible for wildlife and animals who need large tracts of land to live. Those animals include elk, black bear, and bobcats. Hype is gearing up for the most popular event in American sports. That's this Sunday. The New England Patriots facing the Seattle Seahawks Sunday night. Kickoff for Super Bowl 60 happens at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, California. There will be hours of pregame festivities before that. And that takes us to our question of the day. We want to know, what are your plans for Super Bowl Sunday, if you do have any plans? Check out our Facebook page, Up North Live, to leave your response, and our website, UpNorthLive.com, to vote in our poll. We, of course, will check those results and responses coming up a little bit later in the show. And stay with us. When we come back, we're going to take a look at more snow and colder temperatures moving into the region.
I'm Jada Johnson from Big Boys TV, and the Fish and Game Report is sponsored by Johnson's Propane.
I'm Dee Dee Gatton with the National News Desk in Washington, D.C., and this is your news update.
I'm not sure you can reach a deal with these guys, but we're going to try to find out. We don't see there's any harm in trying to figure out if something that can be done. This is a president that always prefers a peaceful outcome to any conflict or any challenge.
The White House has confirmed talks between Iran and the U.S. will be held this Friday in Oman. Tensions remain high between the two nations over Tehran's bloody crackdown on nationwide protests last month. The U.S. shot down an Iranian drone Tuesday, and Iran tried to stop a U.S. flagship. Plus, the White House has also announced a new milestone in Operation Metro Surge, saying over 4,000 criminal illegal immigrants have been removed from the streets of Minnesota. Border Czar Tom Homan said there's been unprecedented cooperation between local and federal officials as the administration continues its surge of immigration law enforcement in the state. And there's this.
I've always said, you just can't have a great country if you don't have religion. You have to believe in something. You have to believe that what we're doing, there's a reason for it. There has to be a reason.
President Trump claims religion is back better than ever in the U.S. At the National Prayer Breakfast this morning, Trump said more people are attending church and more copies of the Bible were sold in the U.S. last year. And that's your news update.
The National News Desk can be seen on ABC 29 and 8 on Saturday night and 11:30 and Sundays at midnight. Welcome back to Up North Live's Unscripted. We're going to switch gears here for a second, turn things over to Chief Meteorologist Joe Charlevoix. Joe, can we expect some colder temperatures and more snow?
Yeah, more snow and some colder temperatures as well. Snow tonight, part of tomorrow, and then the cold weather starts tomorrow and then into Saturday. And then we actually get back some spots in the 30s early next week, so it's not going to last all that long. I do want to start off the weather headlines issued by the National Weather Service. Nothing here, but the National Weather Service in Grand Rapids did issue a winter weather advisory until 1 o'clock tomorrow for some snow, a little bit of wind. Well, quite a bit of wind, but that'll get in here tomorrow afternoon. But just some messy roadways here. Reed City, Big Rapids, includes US 10, US 31, US 131 as well. Here's the weather map tonight. So we had a warm front pass through, some snow here, low pressure up here and right here. The really cold weather and the wind, that's back behind this front right there, which will arrive in northern Michigan late tonight through tomorrow morning. Now, through the day today, we have had some snow. There's a look at things this evening. Earlier, pockets of even some heavier snow for a while around Sheboygan, the Mackinac Bridge into the Indian River area. There's a look at the UP. Pretty quiet here around Newberry, but still some snow ongoing around Drummond Island back up towards Sault Ste. Marie. Alpena back through Atlanta. And I did just get a report near Traverse City and the Honor area of some freezing drizzle or a little bit of freezing rain mixing in. So again, if you do have plans the next couple of hours to travel, just know we could see a little bit of a wintry mix in spots. And then here's a look at things from Grayling where it's snowing, and then pretty quiet here around Manistee, Ludington, at least right now. All right, overnight tonight, off and on snow showers. Same thing tomorrow morning. Here comes our cold front with snow showers in the morning. Then, as far as the snow is concerned, as we get into the afternoon, the snow will start to taper off. Still a little bit of lake effect snow. Even into Saturday morning, they're west of Cadillac and Traverse City, also Newberry. But much of Saturday should be dry. It's just going to be kind of cold. So tonight, about an inch of accumulation. We'll add another inch or so tomorrow with slightly higher totals in through here between Cadillac, Manistee, Frankfort, Traverse City, as a little bit of lake enhancement sets up there. Now to the wind. It's out of the southwest currently. Here comes our cold front. The wind turns out of the north or northwest. And there's the stronger winds whistling in here tomorrow mid-morning into the afternoon. Some spots gusting up to 40 miles per hour tomorrow afternoon and evening before that kind of comes to an end on Saturday. Speaking of that, there's the look at Saturday, single digits and teens. Cold, partly to mostly cloudy. And then Sunday, cloudy, could run into a snow shower. It will be a little warmer of the 2 days on Sunday. Tonight, 22 to 28, snow showers overnight. Again, maybe a little bit of freezing drizzle mixing in. Snow around an inch. And then tomorrow, these temperatures, you see 29 there at St. Agnes. You look at Petoskey tomorrow, 30. That's going to be like at 7 in the morning because temperatures are going to drop into the teens throughout the day. So these are the highs in the morning, and then temperatures will fall. Windy, snow showers tomorrow. Same thing here. Houghton Lake 28. You jump down to Clare, Mount Pleasant 34. Temperatures dropping through the afternoon. Look at the extended forecast. Single digits Saturday and teens. And then a bit of a warm up again next week. We're back into the 30s in some spots Monday and Tuesday. And we're going to start next week off on Monday with a chance for a little bit of snow as well.
All right, thanks for that, Joe. Coming up, we're going to hear from two athletes on heading back to the Winter Olympics for a second time. Harrison has those details just ahead. Welcome back to Unscripted. Sports Director Harrison Beebe joins us now live from the Content Center. Hey, Harrison.
Hey, Melissa. Yeah, you're getting ready for those. I know you're talking about the Super Bowl a lot today
Right.
with that coming up on Sunday, but the Winter Olympics gets going tomorrow and lasts for the next 2 weeks. You getting pretty ready for that as well?
It kind of snuck up on me, but I'm ready.
It does.
Yes.
And one good reason to pay attention to one particular sport in the Olympics, we've got two Northern Michigan natives returning to compete for their second time in freestyle skiing aerials. That'd be Gaylord's Winter Vanecki and Boyne City's Kayla Kuhn. We caught up with Kayla 4 years ago, but this time around I was able to track down Kayla and Winter to get their thoughts on competing in this year's games.
The following segment is sponsored by Jimmy John's of Traverse City.
Last Olympics, I was on the younger side, and I was going there, and I was just kind of trying to enjoy the ride. And coming into this next one, it's such an absolute honor to represent my country on the biggest stage in the world for the second time. But I think I got a shot of doing pretty well there.
What has the last 4 years been like, being older, but also being more experienced?
There's only about 10 or so women in the world that are competing off of the triple jump. And that's primarily a jump that men are competing right now. A lot of mental work went into it. I am working with a sports psychologist weekly to get my mind in the right place, because obviously it's a very extreme, scary sport.
Had the chance to try it, and we put ourselves out there to try something new and to be a little bit daring, even though we, maybe didn't know if we were going to be good at it from the start.
To know that you showed that first time was no fluke and you deserve to be on Team USA twice, how much does that add to the legitimacy of all the time and effort you put into this?
To be able to do it again, I think, is really just a testament to all the hard work I've put in such a different position this time around. I feel more confident as a person and as a jumper. I think that's just set me up to be in an even more opportune position going into this game. It really shows little girls and boys out there that no matter where you come from or what you grew up with, you can achieve anything you put your mind to.
And so those events, the qualifications for aerial skiing, will take place Tuesday, February 17th, with the finals the next day on February 18th. So we'll be keeping a close eye to see how those ladies do onto the grand stage. Melissa, real quick, which Winter Olympic sport is your favorite?
I like the downhill skiing. I also like figure skating.
All right.
And hockey. Cannot forget that, Harrison. You know me, so. Yeah.
I asked you for one. You gave me three.
I gave you 3.
Just good for you.
All right. Thanks, Harrison. Coming up, we will take a look at the live results for our question of the day coming up right after this.
Salon services are furnished by Epiphany Advanced Academy in East Acme.
Okay, we are taking a look at that question of the day. What are your plans for the Super Bowl? You can see our poll right there. Most people based on that poll, watching the game at home, 43%, 49% saying no plans right now. Taking a look at some of our responses on Facebook. Let's see. Becky says hanging out at home, cooking food, hoping my squares hit. Let's see. Rex says watching the game. Rhonda says Bad Bunny and pina coladas. Okay, Rhonda. Kevin says beer, food, and football. And Joe says having a Super Bowl party. Thanks for all those responses. You can still comment. Let us know. We would love to hear from you. And thanks for tuning in tonight to Unscripted. We hope to see you back here for Up North Live News at 11. Have a lovely evening.